Okay, we're up to piano tutorial number 4. So at this stage I'd like to tell you that once you finish this tutorial, that doesn't mean it's the end of the tutorials. You need to go back and recap and refresh and practice this stuff every spare minute you get on the piano. That's the way you develop. Once you start to get these patterns down, then you'll be able to start adding your own little things. But until you get these patterns down, a lot of extra stuff you're going to struggle to get it. So this tutorial we're just going to spend doing just a few tips and tricks that will help you with your piano playing. First of all, I want to look at fast songs. Hosanna. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Okay, fast songs usually have some kind of a pattern. Come bless the Lord, come bless the Lord, draw near to that's a set structure for rejoice in the Lord. Then thanks be to God who always causes dun dun. Okay, there's a set pattern, but some songs just don't have a set pattern. Like Hosanna, it's a fast song, but there is no real pattern. So Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. So it's a C with a 3, G with a 2, A with a 3, G with a 2. So this is where being a drummer can help you out a lot. You can mix the beat up. Hosanna in the highest. C3, G2, drop the thumb, drop that right thumb. Hosanna, A3, G2, drop the thumb, F4. So you can have a bit of a play. Fast songs, I'm not overly confident with fast songs. I can do them because I have a drumming background, but try not to go Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Try and add something to it. Have a muck around on your own at home with beats. See how you go with that. So that's just tips with fast songs, as most fast songs have some kind of a beat to stick to. I've done tutorials on a lot of fast songs, so you can check those out as well, but we'll leave fast songs there for now. Another little trick I want to show you is key of C, where we play the key of C, where we play the G, 1, 2, 3, and I've told you to play the 2 for G. By now you should know that the 2 goes with G. This time I want you to play the 4 instead. Now this only works when you're turning around from the end of a song back to the beginning. So let's play the G with the 4. So here's something else I might just quickly show you before we look at that. When you play the G with a 2, G with a 2, you might have noticed in the beginning of this tutorial I said you can drop the thumb when we're playing Hosanna. Play the 2, G with a 2, then you can drop the thumb. Bring the thumb back up. Drop the thumb onto the B, bring it back up to the C. Now let's come back to the C for a second with the 3 in the right. Let's go to the F with a 4. F with a 4. Now you can take the pinky up to the A. A, G, A, G. Let's play the D. Same thing works for the D. D with a 4. Pinky up to A. Back down to G. So now you can move that into the key of D. Just play the D with the 3 in the right, then play the A with a 2, then drop the thumb, keeping to the scale. Your thumb should drop down to, keeping to the D scale, your thumb doesn't drop down to the C because C is not part of the D scale. Your thumb drops down to the C sharp. D, thumb, C sharp, D, C sharp. Let's come back to D, go to the G. Now we know that G is a 4 in the right. Now you can take the pinky up to the B, back down to the A, back to the let's go to the G with a 2, drop the thumb. Okay, so with that in mind, let's come back to the C. Let's come down to the G, where we would normally play 2. But this time I want you to play a 4. And back to the C. So this is like what's a good song? How Great Is Our God? Oh, we'll see how great is our God. Then coming back to the beginning, come down to the G, and you play the 4. How great is our God. So let's do that again, just so you can hear it again. Oh, we'll see how great. That's an F with a 4. How great. G with a 2. Drop the thumb. Is our God. C. Turning around. G with a 4. How great. See how it works? It's like it's better than just going. How great. How great. Our God. Just holding the C until you come back in, it's boring. You can play the G with the 4. Then you can even bring the pinky up. Because you're playing the 4, you can take the pinky up to the A, bring it back to the G. Back to the C. G with a F. G with a 4. Pinky up, back down. So, or we'll see how great. F, 4. G2, how great. Drop the thumb. Is our God. C. We're going to turn it around with a G with a 4. Pinky up, pinky back down. C, 3. Okay, that's another really good. It's when you're turning a song around. Okay, you can do the same with D. D is a with a 4. Pinky up. A. Back to the D. Okay, works in every key. One more thing I might just quickly show you is just a little pattern that's helped me develop my finger work. So we've got I'll just quickly play it. Okay, so Looks difficult, but it's really not once you get the technique down. So you start with, we're in the key of A. Oh, one more thing I need to quickly show you, and then we'll come back to this. C, let's come back to C. Now play the F with a 4, which is where we're supposed to play it, right? But this time when you play the F, I want you to actually hold, instead of going to the 4, I want you to hold the 3, okay? So let's go to C. Then F and hold the 3. Back to C. C3. F and hold the 3. Back to C. F, hold that 3. Sounds nice, right? This is just like a nice worshipy thing you can play when a worship song finishes. Or while someone's talking, you can just have a play with that. One more thing you can do with that, you can bring the pinky in the right up to the high C. C, B, G. So let's play C. Let's do a C, B, G. C, B, G. And let's come down to the F and holding that 3 in the right. Do it again, C, B, G. C, B, G. Back to C. C, B, G. F, holding that 3. C, B, G. Sounds nice, yeah? So you can have a play with that. Spend some time on that, get used to playing that. You can make that sound really nice. So let's come back to the A. Back to the A. Now we're going to do that same thing when we come down to the D. D left. We normally play the 4. I don't want you to play the 4. I want you to do exactly what we just did a second ago and hold that 3. So D bass, D in the left with a 3 right still. So let's come back to the A with a 3, then a D with a 3, A with a 3, D with a 3. Okay, so just please excuse my son in the background there. A3, D3. So it goes A. No, sorry, it starts with a D. D, then an A. Then you hit the E once. Let's do that again. D. D with a 3. Back to the A. Hit the E. And then come down to a E with a 2. When you play the 2, I want you to play it with the thumb dropped. Thumb drops down to a G sharp, okay? E. Let's come back to the beginning. D. So back to the A with a D in the left. Holding that 3. A. Hit the pinky. Come down to an E with a 2 and drop the thumb. Let's do that again. D, holding the 3. A, hit the E. Then an E with a 2, dropping the thumb. So that should sound like this. E, let's do it again. D, hit that high E, down to E. That's the first part. Then the second part, in the right, is a thumb on the G sharp. And back to the A with the thumb. So 2 thumbs. G sharp, A, then walk it up. B, C sharp, B, A. So thumb, thumb, B, C sharp, B, A. Should sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the second part. Then what we do with the left is we go, with the right we go, so when we hit the, just before, when we hit the C sharp, we do a F sharp in the left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. On 3 you hit the B. A. Okay. Let's see what that sounds like. So if you put the two together, spend a bit of time on that and come back and put the two together. Again. And it should sound like this. Sorry. Now it's no big deal if you can't get this. This bit here, what I'm doing is pretty tricky finger movement. But if you can get it, that's great. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. I can help you with it. But just do your best to get that. It's great practice for finger work and getting your brain around some trickier finger work on the piano. So that's it for Piano Tutorial 4. By this stage in your tutorials, you should, if you've been practicing all 3 tutorials and you've practiced this 4th tutorial, you should be pretty close to being a pretty good piano player by now. We'll leave that tutorial right there. Well done.